Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you'd like to hang out with me and stuff, please subscribe to my channel and then hit the little notification bell so you can always get notified of when my videos go up. I'm hoping soon to maybe start live streaming these. I think that'll be pretty neat. But today we are stitching on Bella Filipina, Aquila, Queen of the Skies, and I've managed to get her the whole way down, matching the other side now. So this is page 4 and like 3/4 down. I'm working on this part of her dress here, filling all of this in, and then slowly going and filling in everything that goes on this side and above this so that it's good to go. Not a whole lot has really happened this week. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. My kids went to the dentist Friday. Both girls made it out without a cavity at all. Damon ended up with 2 cavities, and then he also still has a baby tooth. Hold on a second. Let me double check this. 1, 2, 3, 4, and that is 5. He still has 1 baby tooth, and last year when they took his x-rays, that baby tooth that was left, the tooth, like, okay, so your teeth come up this way, right, out of your jaw. Say this is one of his teeth. That baby tooth, but the adult tooth is supposed to push that baby tooth up that's out, is actually sitting like this, and it's pushed up against the root of one of the teeth sitting next to it. So they're going to, tomorrow we go, and they are going to pull that baby tooth in the hopes that it'll make that other tooth shift and straighten out and then come up where it's supposed to be. If not, we're going to have to go and see an orthodontist, and there's going to have to be an intervention done to pull that tooth up. But he should get that tooth pulled, and then thankfully, because of that the one cavity, he has it'd be on the bottom of his mouth, on one on each side he has a cavity, and the tooth that they need to pull is right next to one that right next to a tooth that has a cavity. So they're able to pull that one tooth and fill the cavity all at the same time. So thankfully it's only 2 visits instead of 3 for him, but it's pretty nerve-wracking stuff to have to deal with. And then tomorrow I go, it's the big day where I go and get all my cancer screening and all of the blood work and the scrapings and the biopsies and all the fun crap that comes with endocervical adenocarcinoma and site 2 that I was diagnosed with in 2021. And this appointment always sort of freaks me out because it's the one where, like I said, they are testing to make sure that I am still in remission. And I don't know, I guess it's sort of like the trauma of the first time when the doctor calls and stuff. Like, it was just weird that the doctor couldn't get through to my phone that day, and they were able to get a hold of my husband, and then, like, he called me and was like, hey, your doctor's office is trying to get a hold of you and stuff, and they couldn't get a hold of you, which made no sense to me because I wasn't anywhere that didn't have service. So it made no sense to me that they couldn't get a hold of me. And then it was just odd because, like, my husband is, like, I've signed for him to be able to be told absolutely everything and anything about me. I don't have anything to hide. So I just found it odd that I was like, well, what did they they say? And he's like, I don't know. They wouldn't tell me. You got to call them. And I was with Grandma Joanne at that time. So when I got the news that they had abnormal cells, you know, that kind of threw me for a bit of a loop, and that I'd have to go and have the biopsy done and things like that. And then it was just kind of sort of a weird situation to be in. And then after having the biopsy and everything done, and then getting the call, we had my daughter Abigail, who was going through physical therapy at the time for her knee, the same knee that's screwed up now. We were there for her when I got the call that confirmed that it was stage 1 cancer. And so it's just kind of like, I'm a little more anxious this year, and I think it's because, like, Abby's going through everything with her knee, and my husband's going through everything that he had problems with his back at the same time. And then, I don't know, it's just kind of like, I don't even know how to describe it, besides it's that, you know, I'm having a hard time sleeping at night. I don't want to trauma dump on you guys, but it's just kind of, I don't know how to put it, besides, like, I'm very anxious, and this causes me a lot of anxiety when it comes time for this appointment, because it's a long one. I am there for quite a while, and it's not any fun. It's, the stuff they have to do is pretty painful, and it's not at all comfortable at all for me. And of course, I also have Vincent, so I think it's going to be, being Damon's going to be home from all that stuff, I might just have him, because Vinny's Graham will pick him up right around about 3:30. My appointment's at 3, and it's a half-hour drive away from my house, so I will have to leave at 2:30, and Vincent should be down for his nap, and he should sleep the entire time. Damon is almost 18 years old, for Christ's sakes. So I'll probably just see if Damon will watch him for me, so that way my husband can go back in the room. Otherwise, if we have to take Vincent with us, my husband's going to either sit in the waiting room or out in the car with Vincent, and then I'll have to go back in there alone. Again, for the second year in a row, and I just feel like with last year, I didn't know what it would all entail, and I would just much prefer that my husband be in the room with me so he can hold my hand and let me be the big giant baby that I am. But, you know, give me that support that I would like to have. He's a bit of my crutch. And he doesn't like sitting outside anyways. He would prefer to be sitting right there next to me the entire time. So it's just figuring out what exactly we are going to try and do tomorrow. And then on top of that, it's going to be an ordeal, and I'm going to be in pain afterwards, and I'm going to have to cook dinner, and I'm going to have to do all the things. I mean, I'm sure my husband would step in and cook dinner in a heartbeat, but I love him to death, but he's just not good at cooking food. He tries his darn hardest, but he's impatient, and a lot of times he'll, like, burn the outside, but the inside will still be raw and stuff like that. But it's a lot on my plate, and I'm not looking forward to any of it. Although it's going to be weird, because I'll have Vincent here, I'll have Damon here, and I'll have Ray here. And then, like, with the kids going back to school and everything, I'm so used to being here, like, by myself. Like, last week, my husband took off work Monday to finish up doing something down at the house we're remodeling for my mother-in-law. And I don't remember what it was that he did, but he was here. And, like, all last week, like, I was even, the whole way up to Sunday, which was yesterday, like, I was a day behind. Like, I was thinking, it's not Sunday, it's Saturday, or, you know, whatever. Like, I was so screwed up with what day the gosh darn week it was. 1, 2, 3, 4. And it's going to do it to me again this week. And my children have off from school Thursday and Friday this week. Because they're doing their, teacher conferences all day Thursday. So I'll go in and meet with all of Lydia's easy because I get to meet with one teacher with her. Abby, I meet with 9 teachers. And Damon, I meet with 9 teachers. And it's, you don't have to go in if you don't want to and meet with the teachers if you don't want to. But I like going in and meeting with them and asking them, like, you know, is there anything I can help my kids improve on? You know, is there anything we can be doing at home to help cement these, whatever you're teaching? You know, is there any support that I can, supply to these teachers? What can I do to make it a little easier on them? And a lot of the teachers are surprised they even ask things like that. And it's just, well, like, you're doing me a favor. Like, I could homeschool my kids if I wanted to. But then it's homeschooling, at this point now, 3 children at all different grade levels. And that's just not going to happen in my book. And I love my kids, but you are getting them out of my hair for what, 7 hours out of the day? Like, what can I do to help you being, you know, you've got a lot of children that you're responsible for. If I can take this kid off your plate and make sure that they're being responsible and they're doing the things and you can count on them, then why shouldn't I make it so that way you don't have to, that's one less kid you have to fight with to get anything done. And I need to double check and make sure I counted right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And I don't know. I just try and help. And not even just that. Like, I am a stay-at-home mom. It's kind of my job is to manage and make sure that our children's all of their education is up to snuff, and that if one of our kids are struggling in one area, provide them the support and any extra resources, you know, helping them understand certain concepts and things like that. Like, that's my job. So that's what I will do. And I take my job of being a stay-at-home mom very seriously, in the sense of my job is to manage our house and manage our children. And don't get me wrong, when my husband comes home from work, like, he is 100% engaged with our kids. It's not all shoved off on my shoulders. When he steps through that door, you know, he likes having conversations with the children too. I mean, we sit down every single night, except for usually like Friday and Saturday are the nights that we don't eat as a family. And that's usually because, one, some of the kids are going out for friends and things like that. So there might only actually be like 2 or 3 of us here at the house. So it kind of gives us those are the nights where we sort of, you know, eat things on our own instead of me making a meal. But 5 nights out of the week, we are sat down at a dining room table eating dinner, having conversations with each other. We have a role that, at the dining room table. You're allowed to have your phone on you, but unless you're expecting some sort of, like, if someone calls you, you can look to see who it is. If it's not somebody calling you for an emergency, sorry, you can't answer it. You're not allowed, playing videos or music or texting people on your phone. Like, the phone is put down. At the dinner table, that is our time as a family to connect. And sometimes we'll play board games afterwards, or just some sort of activity that I feel like we are engaging with one another instead of being ships that are moving past each other in the night. And I think it's important to build those values in with my kids. Especially because, I did have that cancer scare, and it's made everybody realize that, we're not all guaranteed to be here until we reach old age. So we spend that quality time together as much as we can. And I'm not perfect, and neither are my children perfect. And that's okay. Sometimes, they're the teenage attitude, Lord have mercy. Sometimes that teenage attitude, there are days where I will yell at them, and then I feel guilty later for yelling at them, and then I have to sit them down and apologize for screaming like a lunatic. And then there are days where, they're not pleasant to be around, and I have to, put my foot down and let them know that, like, listen, just because you're having a bad day doesn't mean you get to treat the other people around you like crap. It doesn't work like that. If you are having a tough day, if you just tell everybody, like, listen, this is how I'm feeling, and I just need my space, then say it. Because then you will be given your space, but it doesn't give you the right to just snap at people without them ever realizing why you're upset or anything. It doesn't work that way in this house. But we do have a busy week this week because, like I said, Damon goes for his tooth extraction and a filling tomorrow morning. His appointment is at 11, and then by the time we're done there and get back home, and I get Vincent down for his nap, well, I'll get him his lunch and get him down for his nap, and then I go off for my appointment, and then Friday, I feel like there was something going on Thursday. Well, I have the appointments with the teachers Thursday, which is literally an all-day thing. We're talking about, I believe it's Abby's teachers first at 9 o'clock in the morning. And they have appointments every 15 minutes. And I think I have a small break for lunch there for me to run out and grab something for lunch. And then they go the whole way up to, I think the last appointment that I have is 6 o'clock at night, and that's with Lydia's teacher. And then Friday, we have to take Abby down to her knee doctor to see how that knee is doing and seeing if they can, what is the word I'm looking for? Increase the amount that she's allowed to bend that knee. But she has me worried because the other day she said she felt something like snap in her knee. And I asked her if it hurts more or anything, and she said it hurt at the time, but it's, not bad now. And I don't know, it just got my brain going a million miles a minute, so I gotta remember to, talk to our knee doctor, and I don't know if he's going to want imaging just to double check and make sure that, you know, nothing happened, or, you know, whatever at this point. But I am nervous. To see how that appointment is going to go. I'm really hoping that, you know, we haven't had any setbacks and we can continue. And I think what's frustrating is she is being very responsible. She's not doing anything she's not supposed to. I mean, she's being very, very ginger with this knee. So if she's had some sort of setback, you know, I don't want this doctor to blame her for something when literally she was in the shower and she got showered, and like I said, she wears her nightgowns and stuff, so she's able to get fully dressed, and then she called her dad up to come up and put that brace on her leg, and that's all was keeping her leg straight. Everything she did, her leg was straight. She didn't have to bend it whatsoever. And it was as he was putting that brace on is when she felt something sort of snap in there. That's how she described it, was it felt like something snapped. So I don't want this, because her knee doctor can be, he's a very, very good doctor. He's very, like, the best one for any sort of knee issue at all around here. But he can be a little harsh with his patients. And I mean, maybe some people might need that, but like, in all honesty, Abby doesn't need that, because she's my very responsible kid, and she follows rules without being told. So for me, it's just kind of like, you know, I don't want him to, he doesn't berate people, but he's sort of, you know, like, well, you shouldn't have been doing this and you shouldn't have been doing that kind of thing. And I know that she didn't do anything that she wasn't allowed to do. So, like I said, it was literally when her leg was completely straight, and her dad was just putting the brace on, because that brace has to go on whenever your leg's completely straight. So it's not like she did something that may have caused it. So, I don't know. It's just going to be, it's going to be a very, very, very busy week of doing a lot of things and hoping, oh, I'm going to be exhausted by the end of it, but I was going to say, I was hoping I wasn't going to be completely and utterly exhausted, but I'm going to be. There is no ands, ifs, or buts about it. Oh, and then as I was working on the house this week, I broke this nail. I broke this nail, and I broke this nail. So I've had, but thankfully, 2 of them wasn't down and into the meat like that one poor thumb. That one bled for a while and hurt like crazy. But I don't even remember what I think, oh, the flooring that's in there. We had to move it out of the way so that way we could finish doing the ceiling in that living room. And as I was helping move that flooring, didn't I give myself a boo-boo? It was my own fault. I just wasn't paying attention and lifted it, and it sort of like slipped through my hands, and it just caught it just right. And Miss Cam is going to have to go to the vet soon. She, I'm thinking she might be starting to get another, skin infection. She is allergic to everything underneath the gosh darn sun. And when my nephew was staying here with us and helping us remodel that house down there, he kept, well, you saw my, how I organize things video, that I have a garbage can that sits right next to my stitchy spot. Well, he kept throwing, wrappers, and if he didn't finish eating a piece of food or whatever, he was putting it in there. And Cam was trash diving. That's what I call it. And we have tried to break her of this left and right, and it's still work in progress. But the moment you walk out of that room, she tries to do it. And she got into the trash a couple different times, and I don't know what was in there, but I'm pretty sure she got a hold of something, because she got a bath a week ago, a little over a week ago now. But I noticed she got a bath. I bathed her on Thursday, and I noticed that Sunday she was starting to stink. And that only happens when she has the starting of or full-blown skin infection. So she's going to have to go up to the vet, get checked. But I haven't noticed any red or irritated skin or her digging incessantly. Like any other time she's had a skin infection, like it didn't matter if you told her to knock it off or whatever. She was just dig, and she was ripping out fur, and she's not doing that. So I'm not sure what is going on, but she's got to go up there and get checked, because she stinks. And I don't mean stink in like my best friend, she was like, well, does she stink in like a yeasty way? And I'm like, no, like she stinks as in like I've got a pile of garbage sitting next to me stink. Like something is going on, like she stinks. And she's like, well, skin infections usually smell like yeast. And I'm like, yeah, but she's had skin infections before, and she smells sort of the same as she did before, which is that she smells like a trash heap. And so it's a trip to the vet to see what is going on there. And like I said, she really hasn't, I mean, I don't know if you guys can see her down here. A little bit. Right there she is. You can see her little face. She's just laying here. She just stinks. There's something going on. She doesn't usually smell like this. Something isn't right. And, I mean, Yorkies have human hair. So she's always been sort of a greasy little turkey. But, she didn't usually, like, I bathe them approximately every 3 weeks. They get a full bathe where they get in the tub and bathed and dried and everything else. But usually it would be, you know, the last few days of those 3 weeks before I would bathe her, that she wouldn't exactly smell the greatest. But she, like I said, it was, what, 2-3 days? And she stunk already. So that just lets me know that, like, something is going on and she needs looked at. And I'm positive it's because she was getting in and out of that garbage can, and she ate something that she was allergic to and that she shouldn't have ate, because she's a stinker and she thinks, well, she was severely abused and was way underweight of what she should have been and stuff. So a lot of times she feels like she's, you know, when food is put in front of her, she will eat the entire thing, whether or not, like, she will throw up before she will stop eating. And I think it's just because, you know, she was starved for quite a few years of her life, and she still hasn't got used to the fact that she's not going to have to ever experience that again. In fact, their dog food is so stinking expensive, it's not even funny. But we feed them very high quality food, and that's been a big difference for both the dogs. But it's just, I know she got into something that she wasn't supposed to. And no matter how many times I told my nephew that you can't stick stuff in those garbage, like it's literally meant for like papers and things like that, not meant for food in those because of Cam and her allergies. For example, Cammy is allergic to chicken, duck, turkey, beef. What else was there? Rabbit. I can't remember the other ones right now. But pretty much if it's any sort of bird, she's allergic to it. And then those other ones I mentioned, she can have... There's a couple different foods that I buy. One is lamb, one is venison, and one is bison. Those are the ones that I have to pay for her to be able to eat without getting a skin infection and everything else. So, and when I buy these specific foods, I make sure that they are made, the facility, like I even like actually like before I even bought the food, I had to call the company to make sure that what comes in, because they're meant for dogs with allergies and things like that, and that what they produce, that these specific foods that I'm buying does not come in contact with any of the things she's allergic to, which means like they actually use completely separate machines for each flavor, essentially, of food that they use, so that way there's no cross-contamination. And so everything is, like, completely done separately, which also, you know, makes the price of this food more expensive. But in the long run, if I don't have to pay, I'll bet money that the last time she had some sort of skin infection and stuff, it was $200 and some for the visit, and then $100 and some for the medication, and then she had to be on that medication for, what was it, 2 months? So $200 for the medication. I mean, it was almost $500 just for an allergy visit and stuff like that. And of course, you know, you can't just call up and be like, hey, you know, my dog's got into something that she wasn't supposed to, and I'm positive it's allergies. Can you just give me medication? You know, they require you to come in and they do this full exam and everything else, even though they've already had their yearly checkups and everything else. It's like, can't I just get like a sick visit where we only look at the things that I need done instead of all this other crap? But it's just the way that vet works, and they're a really good vet, so what do I know? But it's going to be an expensive one for this child. And then on top of that, all the crap that our insurance doesn't pay for, and then all the copays and everything else that are getting ready to come out of our account. Oh, life is wonderful. Although I did buy 2 new Mirabilia patterns. One was it White Christmas? I think it was called. I think that's what it was. And the other one was, what is it, Brucella? I think that's how you say it. Sorry, I don't have a moment to look at it, but I think that's what it is. I think I will finish this color with you guys, and then I'm gonna go, and I'm starving. I'm gonna get myself something to eat. I'm not sure exactly what I'm hungry for right now, but I am hungry. And then what do I have left for cleaning? I gotta put toilet paper away yet, because we bought more toilet paper yesterday, so I gotta put that away. Right now it's sitting on my stairs. instead of being, because the downstairs bathroom is full, so the upstairs bathroom is the one that needs toilet paper stuck in it. So I need to put that where it goes, and I need to vacuum my living room, and then I'm done with all the cleaning for the day. Although I might want to, because Thursday would be the day that it would usually go around and dust everything, so no, I'm not going to dust everything today. I will do that Wednesday. Otherwise, there's going to be too much of a collection of dust next week. I will do that Wednesday, and Wednesday is the day that I will sweep we have wooden stairs, sweep our wooden stairs, and then I get on my hands and knees and clean the stairs on my hands and knees, and I can do that today instead, which won't take me long. So that is what I'm going to do. Get those last few things done that need done. I'm finished because I already cleaned my kitchen. I already swept the floor. I already mopped it. I got dishes in the dishwasher. They're washing right now. I did laundry yesterday, so I don't have to worry about that. That's folded and put away. It's done. And then today's the day I just need to sweep the living room. Certain tasks for different days of the week, so I'm not going nuts. Thursday is the day that I sort of get down on my hands and knees and scrub every single floor in this stinking house. And then any walls that need spot cleaned in between, like spring cleaning, things like that, I'll clean those. Clean the railings. I start laundry on Saturday, finish it on Sunday. I got a system now, so I don't get too overwhelmed with crap. No one likes to be overwhelmed, especially when it comes, well, for me, I don't mind cleaning, but I don't like cleaning all at the same time. But if I let things go, then it gives me real bad anxiety, and I hate having anxiety. So I made myself a list on the things that I clean each week, so that way when it comes time to doing her, it's not a big, large, daunting task every single day. It's just small things, so I don't have to worry too much. Two more rows after this one. Holy moly, I'm almost done with. And then literally the rest of this is all fill-in of one color. It's all fill-in of one color the whole way. Let's see. All of this is all fill-in. All of it. And then we need two more rows. Cam must be being chased in her sleep because she's running. Those little back feet are going. Sometimes I wonder what those like dogs dream about. Like she'll bark, she'll growl in her sleep, she'll whine. Makes you wonder what they're thinking about. Like, I wonder in her dream when she's, like, barking and growling, like, does she think she's, you know, a big old giant Saint Bernard throwing around her weight? Or is she, you know, scared and she's barking and growling because she's trying to get something away from her? I don't know. Do you guys think about stuff like that? I don't know. It's the weird stuff that goes through my head. Out went in one. This is the last one, and then I'm finished with this. Well, this color for this section, because I know there's more of this color up here. Oh, poopy poopy. So that I forgot about Damon will only be going to school 2 weeks 2 days this week. Lucky duck. Alright, last stitch in. Well, guys, thank you for hanging out with me this week. You get to see the large amounts of progress I've made on Aquila. And I'm pretty sure once I stitch this part, instead of working on completely finishing her, I think I'm going to call it good enough. And then it's just deciding. See, I have Lady Justice is pretty close to being finished. So I'm thinking maybe I pull that one out. And maybe I only get one. Well, technically there still would be 2 finishes, because the Bella Filipina Mermaids of the Season Sao will come out on the 15th. And technically that's still 2 finishes, even though it's just part of one. But I know I can finish Lady Justice pretty quick in a couple days. So I'll probably bring her out and at least still have one finish. But I am really, really itching to start my birthday present that I got for my best friend. What is it? Goddess Garden? Yeah, I think that's what it's called. I'm really itching to start that. And I might do it. But anyways, thanks for watching this week, guys. Please like and subscribe and hit your notification bell so that way you can be notified anytime I post another video. And I really appreciate all you guys hanging out with me every single week. And I'll see you guys next week. Bye.